My name is Cynthia Burns, and I am the Senior Manager of Marketing and Risk Accounting. Yeah, so prior to eONE, we used Intero V5, and it was an older system. So we were always able to have workarounds for that system, but there were a lot, and there were a lot of manual entries, a lot of manual invoices that we couldn't fit into the V5 system, and it just was old and slow, basically. We needed a system that really was designed for Canadian business. So that was one of the key things that it handled our storage, it handled our pipeline charges, it handled our plant purchases, all that stuff. It was really good. I think everyone on the team, they would say it was the dream team. It was actually kind of crazy how well it went. And I think, I haven't been on a lot of IT projects, but our project manager for Keyera was, that's what she's done, and she couldn't believe how well it worked. I think there was really just a lot of listening, and everybody really, cared about making the project a success. Probably too many to count. We went from a very, very old system that I think was created in the 90s, so to, an updated, 2010 system. There's a lot of things. I think reports, definitely, there's just so many more options for reporting. There's just looking at prices, it's just easier to look things up, I think. It's really nice how you can look in the product inventory window, which is something that we use all the time. And you don't just have to see 1 month, you can see multiple months and see how things are flowing. And then I know one of the biggest time savers would be the copy contract function in eONE. It really saves our contract group time. We have a really busy contract season right before April 1st, trying to get all the contracts in. And I think it's probably cut down a person that we need in our contracts group. And it's a pretty small group, so it's definitely a savings there. Yes, ideally we'd like to move over to the mixed functionality. So that's something that we need to work with the developers at Quorum, and just to make sure that that's something that we can figure out. I know it didn't quite fit with our business when we were doing the project, and because we were on a tight deadline, we decided to just hold off on using that functionality and look at it after we've gone live. And now that we've had, a year and a half of being live, that's something that we definitely want to look at. Yeah, other than that, there are probably other things, but I think that's the big one on the timeline that's coming up.